Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for a moment of silence.
From Homestead Media, this is HHS In Depth.
Today is Friday, March 15th, and welcome back to HHS In Depth. Let's begin with a quick preview of today's show. First up, Carly Swamler brings us information on student government and how you can get involved next school year. After that comes a recap over how Homestead Media performed at the IASB competition from reporter Josh Bobe. Next, Emily Adams will tell you about Taste of Homestead. You'll then hear from Jaron Ellis, who will tell you about how one of our students spends his time creating his own video game. We'll also have Owen Kruger's weather report, all things performing arts and behind the curtain with Mara Nicholson, and we'll round out the show with Down to the Wire, where Matthew Otten brings you a recap of the winter sports season. All this and more today on HHS In Depth. Hello Spartans, welcome to HHS In Depth. I'm Graham DeWitt.
And I'm Elena Baker. And Graham, with the weather slightly warming up this week, I hope that the warm weather will carry into the weekend.
I'm hoping that'll continue as well. With us now is weather reporter Owen Kruger to give us a look into today.
Unfortunately, guys, it's looking a little gloomy. With only a high of 54 and a low of 33, it'll be recommended to have a light jacket as it'll be cloudy throughout the entire day. I'll let you know what this weekend and upcoming week will hold.
Thanks for the update, Owen.
It's a shame that warm weather won't be continuing into the weekend. Owen will be back later in the show with a look into what next week's weather will look like.
HHS In Depth National News.
In recent news, last Monday, a Boeing 787 Dreamliner plane plunged suddenly mid-flight, injuring dozens of passengers after the pilot said he temporarily lost control of the aircraft. Fortunately, the pilot was able to recover and the plane landed safely, but it's not yet clear what caused the LATAM flight from Australia to New Zealand to fall so dramatically. In other news, Airbnb has made the decision to ban the use of indoor security cameras to prioritize privacy of our community, according to a statement from the company on Monday. Airbnb had previously allowed indoor security cameras in common areas like hallways and living rooms, but they were only allowed if they were disclosed on the property listing page before booking. Airbnb says that these new changes are coming into effect after extensive consultation with guests, hosts, privacy experts, and the advocacy groups.
Thank you, Elena, for the national news update.
Did you know that several Homestead events such as prom and semi are planned by the student government each year?
That's right, Elena, and with the 2024-2025 school year election coming up, many students are wondering how they can get involved. Reporter Carly Swamler tells us more now.
Prom, the biggest Homestead dance of the year, is fully put on by student government. Each year in the spring, an election is held to elect the upcoming school year's representatives. Freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors have their very own council to represent their class. A role of a student government representative is to not only advocate for the graduating classes, but also to learn self-discipline and foundational skills to use beyond high school years.
And if you meet the requirements, you'll hear back from me sometime after spring break. You have a couple of weeks to campaign, and then we send out a ballot. You'll get that ballot. You have 2 days to vote, and we will elect 14 members, including a president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer from every class.
To run to be an officer or representative position for student government, there are requirements that must be met. You must have passed all of your classes in the fall of the 2023 semester and currently passing all courses this semester as well. It is also a requirement to have had and maintain a clean discipline record.
Being the president of the class of 2026, I pretty much just work with Senior Peeper and my other student body representatives to fund clubs and prepare for events and talk about like what's going on with the students at the time, and like events like Just Because Week. We talk about how the students feel about Homestead and what we want to see in the future for Homestead.
I'm currently standing in front of where student government meets every Wednesday. Applications are due for student government by Friday, March 22nd at 2:45 p.m. Any questions, contact Senior Peeper at the email address shown below. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Carly Swimiller.
Thanks for the story, Carly. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on HHS In Depth.
Students, Just Because Week is coming up next week, so here's each day's theme. Make sure to wear green on Monday to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. On Tuesday, come in your best Hawaiian gear. Show off your favorite sports team on Wednesday for Jersey Day. Thursday is Grout Fit Day, so make sure to wear your gray attire. Finish off the week Spartan Strong with Spirit Day on Friday. There will be a raffle at lunch for those who participate each day. Make sure to keep it school appropriate and have fun, Spartans.
Welcome back to HHS In Depth.
Prom will be held on Saturday, May 4th. If you wish to bring a guest who is not a current student at Homestead, you must complete a dance guest request form. Please plan ahead. This form requires the signatures of your guest, parents, and school administrator. The deadline to turn in the completed form is Friday, April 26th at 3 p.m. There are absolutely no exceptions to this cutoff time. No faxes or late copies will be accepted. Forms are available on the Homestead website and in the discipline office.
Attention all cheerleaders. Any student interested in trying out for cheerleading for the fall football season will need to attend a parent and student athlete meeting at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, April 9th in the Homestead cafeteria. Please enter through door 1. If you have any questions, contact Coach Sunderland at the email address shown here.
Auditions for the Homestead Show Choirs are coming up. Workshops will take place next week, March 19th through the 21st from 5 to 7 p.m. in the new choir room, and auditions will be Wednesday, March 27th from 3 to 5 p.m. Students should plan to attend at least 2 workshops. They will include learning a pre-selected song and dance combination. All interested students are encouraged to audition regardless of previous dancing or singing experience. Stop by the choir room to pick up an audition packet. Financial aid packages are available. Please see Mr. Shaw if you have any questions.
Seniors, scholarship season is in full swing, and there are numerous scholarships with deadlines in March and April. Do not miss the opportunity to apply. Further details are listed online on the HHS scholarships page.
Elena, did you enjoy the IASB awards ceremony last Monday?
I really did. I was super proud of all of our Homestead Media participants for all the work they put in this year.
As am I. And now with a recap over Homestead Media's performance at this special event is HHS In Depth reporter Josh Bove.
Indiana Association of School Broadcasters, also known as IASB, is an annual media competition with schools from all over Indiana competing. This year, Homestead went to Butler University to compete for many awards.
So IASB stands for the Indiana Association of School Broadcasters, which is an organization for schools statewide that have broadcasting programs, a lot like we have here at Homestead. There's actually over 60 members as of this year. And each year they have a contest where they have multiple categories within the media fields that students work throughout the whole year can be submitted, and then they will go out and get a set of professionals to judge these categories. And then every March there's a big conference and an award ceremony to announce the top 3, first, second, and third place, and honorable mention in these categories.
This year, many Homestead students won awards, but 2 of them walked away with more than 1 win.
This year at IASB I had 9 entries and I placed in all 9, with 4 of those being first place awards.
I got first place in motion graphics and video show open, and I'm also part of Homestead Live, which won 2 first place awards for basketball and volleyball categories.
Although it's nice to receive awards for their work, IASB holds a bigger meaning than just a wooden plaque.
Yeah, IASB is really impactful mainly because it allows me to work on projects I would never have worked on otherwise, and allows me to branch out, allows me to learn new skills I wouldn't have otherwise. And it also took a lot of hard work. I mean, some of these awards I've been working on for 6+ months before the competition, and to see it all pay off was just really rewarding for me.
Not a lot of other states or even schools have something like this where you can show off your work in media, and so getting to show it off on a big stage like that is a really cool thing, and it's really important to me to be able to show my work and have something to show for it.
This year, Homestead won 14 first places, 6 second places, 8 third places, along with 9 honorable mentions, and brought home School of the Year in 4 of the 5 categories. Congratulations to everyone who placed this year at IASB. If you're a junior or lower and are interested in competing at IASB next year, talk to your counselor about adding a media class to your schedule. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Josh Boba.
Thanks for the story, Josh. Sharing cultures, food, and memories is what the annual HHS Taste of Homestead event is all about.
Reporter Emily Adams is in now to tell you all about the upcoming event.
Since 2015, Homestead has had the pleasure of hosting the annual Taste of Homestead event. This year is no different, as they'll be hosting it for the 9th time with more than 50 groups representing more than 40 countries. Taste of Homestead is an event where students form groups and represent a country. From there, they'll decide on a few key dishes that they will replicate and present in small bites.
So I'm participating in Taste of Homestead because I went to Taste of Homestead my sophomore year, and I really enjoyed the new foods experience and learning about all the different countries.
I'm in French class, and I've been learning about their culture a lot, and I feel like it would be really fun to make some foods that they have at their country.
I'm sure there's been at least one time where a family member, your parents, or a friend made a meal for you that made you feel something special. And that's what this evening is all about, sharing the foods that make us, us, by sharing the culture around them.
My favorite part of the event is being able to share my culture and cuisine to different people, and for them to come in and be amazed by how well we use our spices and what we do. It's amazing how much knowledge we can share to others just by food.
I'm participating because I'm Indian and I really want other people to experience my culture.
Another draw for these students is the opportunity to competitively showcase their dishes. Like in years past, people coming to the event can scan a QR code to vote for their favorite dish from the evening.
Come to Taste of Homestead.
Make sure to come out next Wednesday, the 20th at 6 p.m. to taste some delicious food, vote for your favorite, and experience some culture. For HHS In Depth, I'm Emily Adams.
Thank you, Emily. I'm certainly looking forward to the Taste of Homestead.
Elena, I'm someone who has enjoyed playing video games, but I feel like it's been a while since a new game has come out that's been all that good.
Well, Graham, we currently have a Homestead student who's creating his own video game. Maybe that would interest you.
I'm listening.
HHS In Depth reporter Jaron Ellis is in now to fill us in on this up-and-coming game.
Whether it was playing Wii Sports with your family or Roblox at the library, we've all played a video game once or twice in our lives. Noah Lanier, a lover for all things video games, spends his time creating a full-fledged first-person shooter that you may just be interested in.
My game is called In Between Chaos and Equilibrium. It's about this family from Florida who get caught up in this war of demons versus aliens that comes to Earth. And they have to reunite with each other and self-heal and, try to survive this horrible war that they're all caught up in. And it's like a first-person shooter, but you mix it with like a platforming game. There's like interesting enemies you get to fight and a lot of cool bosses too that have like really interesting attack patterns.
While Noah has always had interest in creating his own video game, he hasn't always thought it was possible.
I always wanted to be a video game designer since I was like 11 years old. I always wanted to make my own video games, but I never actually got to make like something this ambitious until now. Because I never thought I would be able to, because I thought I wouldn't have like the kind of budget. But I just randomly decided, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. And I've been working on this for 2 years, and I don't know, it's gone way farther than I expected.
Having spent the past couple years creating In Between Chaos and Equilibrium, Noah is finally ready to release a game and possibly have it published to a video game console you might own.
I'm hoping it can come out August 9th. As of right now, it's only really coming to Steam, but hopefully if I can get this game published by a game publishing company called Big Mode Games, hopefully it can come to PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox.
If you would like to learn more about In Between Chaos and Equilibrium, you can head over to my YouTube channel, Epic Jaron, where you can watch how the game was created, the game itself, and snippets of the gameplay in action with the QR code shown on screen. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Jaron Ellis.
Thanks for the story, Jaron. Stay with us. We'll return with more on HHS In Depth right after this.
Our winter sports teams have officially finished their seasons, and one spring sports team opened up their season with a win against Carroll. I'll do a recap of the results of the volleyball game following the amazing accomplishments that were made during the winter season later on in Down to the Wire.
Welcome back to HHS In Depth.
Welcome back. And Elena, with all the rain we had yesterday, I'd like to see this weekend look a little nicer.
Me too. It was warmer earlier this week, and I'd like to see if this spring-like weather is going to continue.
With us now to tell us more about that is weather reporter Owen Kruger.
Unfortunately, guys, today isn't as nice as earlier in the week. It will only reach a high of 54 and dropping to the low 30s. However, as we head into the weekend, the clouds remain and the weather doesn't get any warmer. On Saturday, the high is in the 50s and the low hits the 30s, and Sunday showcases even colder weather, only reaching a high of mid-40s and a low in the 20s. The chilly weather continues into Monday with a high only reaching the 30s and a low returning to the 20s. However, the week only warms up from there, with Tuesday bumping up to 45 for the high and Wednesday and Thursday both having weather in the 50s. All these days get progressively more sunny aside from the showers of Thursday, making them ideal days to get outside while the sun remains. Elena, Graham, back to you.
Thank you, Owen, for the weather report.
With some very important competitions coming up for our performing arts teams, they have been showing some of their best this past week.
We now send it to Mara Nicholson, who will fill us in on this week's edition of Behind the Curtain.
Welcome back to Behind the Curtain. I'm Mara Nicholson. The beginning of spring marks the end of the performance season for most groups, so let's jump right in. First off, show choir season has officially come to an end, with their last competition at Columbia City last Saturday, with both groups receiving grand champs in their divisions. The Anonymous Blue backup band also won Best Band for the 10th time this season. Anna Owsley received second runner-up at solo comp, and Josh Moody won first place in the solo competition, singing Losing My Mind. If you are interested in joining the Homestead Show Choirs for next year, the auditions are March 27th with workshops the week before. Last Saturday, the Homestead Dance team competed at the National Dance Alliance competition. JV Jazz received 7th in prelims, JV Hip Hop got 2nd in the nation with 85.7 points, Varsity Jazz got 10th in the nation with 90.9 points, and Varsity Hip Hop received 3rd in the nation with 91.1 points. Next up, 47 jazz ensembles attempted to advance to ISSMA state finals this year, and the Homestead Jazz Band is among the 9 to compete at the state finals this Saturday at Pike High School. Wish them luck. JV Winter Guard received 9th at the state this past weekend at Franklin Central. Congrats. And finally, Homestead's indoor percussion ended their season in the 3rd class with a score of 82.4. Congratulations to everyone that competed this past weekend and to everyone eventually ending their season. If you have any performing arts that we have not discussed, please contact the email below. For Behind the Curtain, I'm Mara Nicholson. Graham, Elena, back to you.
Thank you, Mara. Good luck to all of our performers in action this weekend.
Elena, with gymnastics wrapping up at state 2 weeks ago, winter sports season is officially over. I think it's time we take a look back at the successes our teams have had these past few months.
I've been hearing all about many of Homestead's wins, but I want to know more about Truly Went Down. Luckily, Matthew Otten is in the studio now with a special winter sports edition of Down to the Wire.
Welcome back to Down to the Wire. I'm Matthew Otten. This season of winter sports has come to an end, and this week we are going to recap all of the incredible seasons of all of our winter sports teams. But before we get to that, let's talk about our boys volleyball team who opened up their season against Carroll this past Tuesday. The boys smacked the Chargers 3-1 with Tyrell Johnson leading the team with 7 aces. Congratulations, guys. The next game will be on March 19th against Huntington North at Spartan Arena. And now to the winter sports recap. We'll start with boys basketball. The boys basketball team had an up and down season as they started off with the absence of Will Jamison, and when he returned, the Spartans had a great run, making it to the sectional finals. They finished 14-12 overall and 6-3 and 3rd place in the SAC. Congratulations and good luck next year. Our gymnastics team had a great season, which saw Jillian Krieger finishing 4th in state. Congratulations and good luck next year. Girls dive ended with an awesome finish from Elle Hollingsworth placing 10th in the state, and Keely Nicole, Ellie Muratani, and Sammy Schreiner all doing well at sectionals. This year, the boys dive team ended successfully with Thomas Davis and Liam Clapper placing first and second at sectionals, and Thomas advancing to state, finishing 10th. Congratulations, divers. Our girls wrestling team finished a great first ever season this year with Katie Vardaman finishing runner-up at state. Congratulations and good luck next year. The boys wrestling team also had a great season, with 12 wrestlers advancing out of sectionals to regionals, with Caleb Evans and Ethan Conpon winning individual sectional titles. Congratulations, wrestlers, and good luck next year. And finally, our girls basketball team had one of their best seasons ever. They went 23-5 overall, but won the school's 5th ever regional championship and first since 2017. They also won their 6th straight sectional championship in a row, which is also their 10th in the last 11 seasons. Led by many underclassmen, this year's success was not projected by many outsiders. Congratulations to the girls and good luck next year. Congratulations to our winter sports teams on terrific seasons and best of luck next year. That's all for this edition of Down to the Wire. Thanks for watching. Elena, Graham, back to you.
Thank you, Matthew, and thank you for watching the show today.
Be sure to check out our socials for updates on the HHS In-Depth team and our upcoming projects.
Have a splendid weekend, Homestead, and we'll see you here again next week.